So, what I titled this Gratitude Ripples because I've been doing a, a regular note, so 3 or 4 times a week for the last, I don't know, month, 6 weeks on gratitude. So, my reason for starting it, hi, H. Floyd. My reason for starting it was because we need to focus on gratitude. If you look at the way the world is at the moment, we need gratitude more than ever. And I think, we all know about gratitude. We know that it's, a good thing, and we know we should say our 3 things we're gratitude for. Sorry, we're grateful for every day. Hi, Rudy. But how often do we do it? And when we do it, sometimes it becomes a habit. So it becomes a habit that we do because it's ticking a box to say we've done it. And we forget that we need to also feel into it. Hi, Keegan. Um, and then I was thinking about it because I had to postpone it because I was on granny duty last Friday. So I couldn't go ahead with my live. So I postponed it to today. So over the weekend, I kind of been thinking about it, and I thought, well, there's a little bit more to it than that, which is why doing a live is a good idea, because when you start to unpack the layers, there's a lot more that is involved in the gratitude movement than just being grateful. Being grateful is one aspect, but I think and particularly when we think of the world at the moment, I think that the word I'm looking for is hope, because I think we need more hope in the world. I think we need to focus on hope. If you know about Pandora's box, hope was the thing that was left in the box when she'd let everything else out. Hope is the expectation that the future will be better than the present. So if we look at how the world is now, better than the present to me would be a future where we are not being encouraged to hate each other, to hate people that are different to us. We are being encouraged to live together as one people. So hi, Lisa. My great friend Lisa's here. So we're being encouraged to fight each other, to look at somebody who just happens to be different to you because maybe they're a different color, maybe they're a different race, maybe they're a different gender, maybe they're a different sexual orientation. All of these things, maybe they are larger than you, smaller than you, whatever. We are taught to look at people who are different to us and to believe that they are the enemy. And because of our natural evolutional instincts, our brain believes that. Our brain looks for people that are potential enemies. So when we tell it that these people are different to us and therefore we don't like them, it sees them as enemies. So going back to gratitude, if we can live in a world where we show gratitude, we show love, and we show kindness. So to me, those are the 3 strongest energies. I'm going to get muddled up between my words now, enemies and energies. Those are the 3 strongest energies that there are. They're very, very powerful. And the more we can embrace love, kindness, and gratitude, and bring all of that together in hope, I think we can make the world a much better place. So I've written a few notes on gratitude, and I just wanted they're really just to remind me what to say. So I just wanted to go through the notes and expand on each of them. So the first thing to say really is quantum physics. I don't really understand quantum physics. It's all a mystery, but it's a really interesting mystery. And in quantum physics, everything is seen as being made of energy. So there's energy. We're all energy. We're energy ourselves, and energy is all around us. And so this energy that's all around us, we have our own aura, we have our own energy bubble, and we can change that energy. We can create the energy we want. So for me, I've been aiming for the last 18 months to live in an energy of love, kindness, and gratitude. And it's changed me. It has made me calmer, more peaceful, more accepting. It has made me more patient. It's made life just seem a lot better. And I know that there's wars going on, and I know that there are evil people in the world, but they're not affecting my little bubble of the world, where I feel life just goes on. I look at my garden and I look at the birds and I look at the clouds and I be with my friends. And I know that there are people suffering and I know that there's wars going on, but I do my bit to keep my world a safe place. So going back to my gratitude list, um, gratitude is not ignoring issues. So, we could say, well, what have I got to be grateful for? Um, and there is always something in your life, no matter how bad life gets, there is always something worse. There's always somebody who's in a worse situation than you. On the flip side of that, there's always somebody who is in a better situation than you. And we do tend to focus on the people that are in a better situation than us, than the ones that aren't. If we think of ourselves in the middle of that, on the one hand, we've got people that have more than us, do better than us, all the things maybe we want to be, and we compare ourselves to them. But then there are other people on the other side that would, really, really love to have what we've got. So in the end, it all balances out. And so we need to be grateful for where we are, who we are, and what we have right at this moment. Um, what we're doing by doing that, by looking at gratitude, is teaching our brain to look for the good in the world and not just focus on the bad. We are programmed to look for danger because that's what keeps us safe. That's what our brain tries to do. It wants us to survive. It's a lizard brain. It's still in the past. It hasn't kept up with the modern world yet. That small part of your brain that's at the back of your head, it still looks for danger everywhere. But we can train it. We can train our brain and our nervous system to look for the good. Still be wary of danger, but because it always will be, I'll never stop doing that. But look for the good in the world as well. And look for what's working rather than what's not working in your life. So, yeah, I talked about looking for abundance, not scarcity, looking at what we already have rather than what we don't have. Um, and small things, we forget about the small things. When we think of things to be grateful for, we think of, well, I passed an exam, I did this, I've got a beautiful house, and blah, blah, blah. We forget about, well, what about that nice cup of tea I just had? What about that conversation I had with a neighbor? What about that bird I saw in the garden? There's all these little things in our life that it's just the beauty of the world. Nature is so beautiful. We forget about those little things that we can be grateful for. And just pointing those out, just thinking, oh, look, there's a butterfly. Isn't that a pretty butterfly? Isn't that a lovely flower? Look at that bee. Um, just doing that, although it sounds, cheesy, all of this trains our brain to look for the good things. Um, be grateful for your own efforts. Celebrate everything you do that works for you. In my community, every Friday we have a win. We also talk about challenges and setbacks, but we start it off with a win. What's gone well this week? Um, every day I think of my gratitude, my what went well. So I think about what went well the day before. Just focusing on things that we've done. I tell all of my clients, all of my paid subscribers, anybody that listens to me, I tell them to start. Hi, AJ. I tell them to start a gratitude list, to write down everything that sorry, not a gratitude list. I've got gratitude on the brain. Gratefulness list, everything they've done in their life that has been great for them, all the things they've achieved, every good thing in their life. And then when things are going bad, because things do take bad turns at times. So when things aren't going so well, you can get that greatness list out and you can look down at all the things you have achieved in your life and make yourself proud of what you've done. And then you can move forward and do something new that maybe you were a little bit scared of, but you know that you can take on challenges, and be grateful for that. So when you find moments of goodness in bad times, what you're doing is you're not only training your brain to look for the good, but you're building your resilience as well, because you are proving to your nervous system that you can handle hard things. You can do it. You've done it before. So, anytime you're going to a challenge, you can say, well, I've done challenges before. I've got through them before. If I can do that, then I can do this. And sometimes things may not go right. Sometimes you'll try something and it will go wrong. But because you've got more resilience, you've got more bounce back ability, you can bounce back after hard times better. And this is the kind of resilience that gratitude gives you. You're more likely to stay present as well, because you can't be you can only be grateful really for what you have in this moment. You can be grateful for the past, you can be grateful for the future, but being grateful for what you have in this moment keeps you grounded. Um, and the last one, I think it was the last one I wrote, was the having an attitude of gratitude. So this is really not thinking about necessarily going through a list of things you're grateful for, but just being grateful. End of just living a life of gratitude all of the time, so that you feel grateful. Hi, Mike, who's just joined. You feel grateful all of the time. You walk through life grateful that you woke up this morning, because that's an achievement in itself. That you got to the end of the day and you're still here, that's another achievement. And then all the things that happened in between, the people you spoke to, the new people you met, the people you connected with, the conversations you had, the lovely food you had to eat. So many different things during the day to be grateful for. Um, Ken Honda, if you've heard of Ken Honda, he's called the Money Man. He talks about being grateful for your money and being grateful for giving it out and being grateful for it returning to you. So when you buy something, you give yourself something of value. You bought something. So you now have that object or service, whatever it was, and that money has gone to somebody else so that they now have money so that they can go and buy something. So money is an energy really that moves around. So money energy moves around. It flows like any energy. So money you give out will always come back to you. And if you look at money that way, that it's an energy and what goes out will come back, then you will never be short of money. You will never not have money. When people hoard their money, it never, okay, they've got a lot of money maybe, but it doesn't flow. So it doesn't bring them happiness because it's not flowing, it's trapped. You have to spend money so that it comes back to you. I think that's such a really good theory of money. And I've used that for years and I've never been, I was short of money. I was poor once. And when I broke up with my ex-husband, he left me with nothing but a huge mortgage on a house. But I'm grateful for the fact I had the house, even though I had to work really hard to pay off the mortgage. But that house is mine now. In fact, I've got a different house, a bigger one, and a better husband. So, yes, I'm grateful for that too. That was really all I wanted to say. I just wanted to come on and ramble on for a few minutes about why I feel gratitude's important, why I feel it's important to live in a state of gratitude, in a state of love for yourself and for those around you, and to be kind to yourself and to be kind to everyone. And I know not everybody deserves your kindness, and you don't have to like everybody. You don't have to uh, agree with everybody, but try and be kind. Let's try and be kind to each other. And maybe if we all did that, maybe the world would be a better place to live. So thank you. Does anybody have anything to say or any questions or anything that they want to say that they're grateful for right now? Otherwise I'm gonna end because I only planned to come on for a few minutes anyway. But I am grateful for everybody that's here. And if you stay to the end, I'm even more grateful. And if you're listening to the replay, I'm even more grateful too. Okay. So if nobody's got anything to say, I'm going to end here. Thank you so much. Goodbye.